Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you here in the Congress Center in Prague on the opening ceremony of the 61st International Astronautical Congress. Welcome, everybody. First of all, let me say that we are happy that you made it from all over the world. I know that some of you made a shorter journey, some of you had to take a longer or a very long journey. So thank you very much for going through all this. And I hope it's going to be worth it and that you're going to enjoy the whole week of the Congress. It's a great honor to the Czech Republic to host the International Astronautical Congress in Prague, which is also expressed by the fact that Mr. President Václav Klaus himself took over the patronage of the Congress. Unfortunately, his busy agenda didn't allow him to be here today with us. However, he's sending his greetings and he wishes all the best and the best success to the Congress. The hosts of the Congress made sure that you're going to enjoy the opening ceremony, that you're going to have fun this morning, and they prepared a very rich cultural program for you today. So you have a lot to be looking forward to. I may just say that you will experience some folk music, even folk dances, not only from the Czech Republic, but from all over the world. You will be listening to some classical music and many more. I won't be telling you more. I will always introduce the piece you will be listening to or watching. So I hope you're having fun, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying the opening ceremony. And if you are, this is a very good chance for you to give a warm welcome to a host of this Congress, to a person who made sure that you will be enjoying yourselves and who is responsible for today, we can say, I think. So let me invite to the stage and let me and all of us welcome the local organizing committee chair, Mr. Jan Kolář.
Distinguished delegates, dear colleagues, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. I can't start with anything else than to say you how big is my pleasure to welcome all of you here in this place at this opening ceremony of the 2010 International Astronautical Congress. I do this welcome on behalf of the local organizing committee, which is a team, not big team, of a couple of tens of people, consisting of the Czech Space Office staff, the Garant International Agency, and also volunteers. You will have the opportunity to meet a lot of them around. I am really glad to be and to talk to you now to about 2,800 participants of 61st IAC in Prague, capital of the Czech Republic. When we succeeded with our candidacy to be a host of this Congress, the EIF General Assembly meeting in 2008, it looked to me that it's really something which will happen quite far. And suddenly, 2 years moved so quickly that we are all here. I am standing here and see that really the Congress is happening. When that candidacy was proposed, I promised that our organization, Czech Space Office, and others, we do our best to prepare Congress as good as we can. But as everybody knows, to declare something doesn't automatically mean it certainly will be done. So even then, I understood that after the generous decision of the IAF members about having the Congress here in Prague, still was a question floating around. Can a country having space activities much smaller in comparison with those countries who hosted IACs in the last 20 years, for example, can this country sufficiently fulfill the task? I understand that in some sense it was a little bit risky decision, but apparently not more than the usual level of risk space community is used to deal with. Nevertheless, we started the work, and we succeeded to get involved people who are enthusiasts in what the Space Congress is about, and also professionals for whom the quality of their work is at their first place. But it's not only the pure belief that space is attractive which would be enough to do the Congress. The Czech Republic itself has also its own concrete examples and achievements proving that this country can efficiently contribute to and also benefit from a wide spectrum of space activities. Space has a long tradition in our country, starting with the very first space experiments in already 1969, through our first, and hopefully not for too long, the only cosmonaut, Vladimir Remek, who is today with us. Then our first mini-satellites and experiments and components on the Mir station. Then after a period of inhibition in space activities when fundamental changes in our society were underway, came 12 years of gradually evolving relations with the European Space Agency. And then the Czech Republic became its 18th member state 2 years ago. This particular step has opened for all Czech companies, Czech institutions, Czech researchers, a door to all European space programs. All of these companies and institutions are entering now in growing intensity this door of quite competitive space area. Magnetospheric and ionospheric research, solar physics, Earth observation, navigation applications are main fields where companies developing software, electronic and mechanical parts, as well as optical components have been contributing. In fact, the idea to bring Congress to Prague and to Central Europe generally in this region was to enable, to present industrial and research capacities in this region to potential partners from other world. Several successful examples of Czech participation in space are presented at the Congress exhibition, and you are invited to get to know them. When we started the Congress preparation, we quickly realized that just our determination and readiness would not be enough. It's condition, but not enough to reach our goals. And here we were fortunate to benefit from the other feature. It's international feature of space and space community in general. Being international by definition, space activities have already proved countless times that they are unique ambassador helping to improve understanding, confidence, and trust among humans across political and ethnical borders. The importance and benefits of international cooperation are fully recognized for big projects like ISS or planetary missions, but as space applications are getting more and more operational, they influence as well more and more life of people on the Earth. So this is also one reason why the motto we selected for this Congress says, "Space for human benefit and exploration." It's good to say that this Space Congress is also built on the spirit of international cooperation. Once we were able to fulfill our duty, both in terms of a scope and content requirements, we could rely on support of space community from all around the world. By that, I mean collaboration with 3 international organizations who are boldly standing behind the congresses, then mainly with the IAF Secretariat, which was extremely supportive. But at the end, and this is what I would like to stress, it was everybody's contribution helping us to make this Congress possible, either through sponsorship or by presenting at the exhibition or participating today and working at symposia and committee meetings. So thank you very much for all that, your support. This is what came to my mind when I stay here, when all our work regarding the Congress is over, and it's time for you now to assess the result and how risky the decision 2 years ago was. And from my words, maybe you already noticed that for us, for local organizers, for the Czech Space Office, the Congress has been in fact beneficial and educative already before it starts. So let me conclude with my hope that the Congress would be also beneficial for you, and it will contribute positively to your professional and personal life. If weather will increase its contribution, I am very well convinced that you will enjoy your stay in our historical city of Prague. I wish you very pleasant stay here, and once more, very much thank you for coming.
Thank you. Good morning. Distinguished guests, dear delegates, to the 61st International Aeronautical Congress 2010 in Prague, dear colleagues, friends. It is a great honor for me to greet you on the occasion of the official opening of the IAC. Prague already hosted an Congress 33 years ago in 1977. Symbolically, shortly after that, on the 2nd of March 1978, my mother tongue, Czech, could be heard from the space for the first time. Former Czechoslovakia has become the third country in the world after the Soviet Union and the United States to send its citizens out to the space to take a look at the Earth from its orbit. I have always felt honored and fortunate, and I always will, for this opportunity. Together with Alexei Gubarev, the commander of Soyuz 28, I worked on the Salyut 6 space station for 1 week. Now let me, as a commemoration of that event, but not only, switch to my mother tongue, and I will ask my young colleague for interpretation. Ano, za posledních 33 roků se změnilo mnohé. Změnila se Praha, změnil se svět, změnila se sama kosmonautika.
Yes, a lot of things has changed over the past 33 years. Prague has changed, the world has changed, and also the astronautics have changed.
Máme tu mnoho v skutku globálních projektů. V pilotované kosmonautice je to nejviditelnější ISS, Mezinárodní kosmická stanice, na níž permanentně pracují kosmonauti z několika zemí zároveň.
We have a lot of truly international global projects. In the area of manned space flights, perhaps the most visible is the project of International Space Station. It is truly the international project of these days. Many participants from many countries take part in this project.
Osobně jsem velmi rád, protože to potvrzuje mé celoživotní přesvědčení, že kosmonautika je především o mezinárodní spolupráci.
Personally, I'm very glad because only it confirms my lifelong belief that astronautics should be subject to international cooperation.
Z tohoto pohledu je potřeba vysoce hodnotit úlohu Mezinárodní astronautické federace, včetně participujících organizací a jejich pravidelných kongresů, které umožní opravdu širokou škálu kontaktů, výměnu názorů, ideí a zkušeností.
From this perspective, I would like to thank and appreciate highly the work of the International Astronautics Federation and their regular congresses held all over the world. They offer a wide scale of contacts, platforms for exchanging opinions, sharing ideas and experience.
Kosmonautika ale potřebuje i podporu zvenčí, chcete-li politickou podporu. V současné době o tuto podporu usiluji jako poslanec Evropského parlamentu a proto oceňuji vlastně novou platformu kongresu, to je setkání poslanců různých parlamentů řady států z celého světa.
Astronautics, however, also needs support from the outside, or political support if you wish. I currently work as the member of the European Parliament, and therefore I also appreciate the new platform for meeting of the MPs from all over the world, from countries all over the world.
Na závěr mi dovolte popřát kongresu, to jest vám delegátům, zdar a úspěch v práci, ať se vám v Praze líbí a odnesete si hodně nových podnětů a ideí.
To conclude, let me wish to all of you, the Congress, every success at work. I hope you will like Prague and that you will walk away with a lot of inspiration and new ideas.
A úplně nakonec mi dovolte symbolicky spolu odstartovat tento kongres historickými slovy prvního kosmonauta planety Jurije Gagarina, která pronesl při svém startu do vesmíru výročí, čehož si 50. výročí budeme zanedlouho připomínat.
And to conclude, let me finish off symbolically again, using the words that made the history at one time, the words of the first astronaut to the space, Yuri Gagarin, whose 50th anniversary we'll be recalling shortly.
Tak tedy, pojechali, let's go, vzhůru do práce. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Remek. Official speech, let me invite to the stage the President of the International Astronautical Federation, Mr. Bernd Feuerbacher.
What a gorgeous performance. Distinguished ministers, Chancellor of Prague, ambassadors, members of parliaments, dear guests, colleagues, and friends. It's a great pleasure for us to be holding the 61st International Astronautical Congress in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic. This exciting city, where outstanding scientists like Johannes Kepler and Tycho Brahe used to work, is a perfect place for this Congress. I would like to acknowledge the impressive work of the local organizing committee headed by Jan Kolář. You just heard him. Putting this Congress together, I tell you, it's been a good experience to work closely with him and his dedicated team. I would also like to convey our thanks for the considerable support that we have received from the highest levels of government and the city of Prague, and for the generous hospitality that has been shown to us. I take this opportunity to show my appreciation to our two sister organizations, the International Academy of Astronautics and the International Institute of Space Law, for their strong support in setting up this event. My sincere thanks also go to numerous volunteers active in the International Program Committee. It's about 500 people. Without their enthusiasm and perseverance, such a Congress would not be possible. Let me especially mention the chairman of this committee, Peter Lala, who, in spite of a serious health problem, continuously followed the progress. I wish him all the best for a full recovery. I thank his co-chairman, Sias Mostert, for his major contribution, and I would like to sincerely acknowledge Michel Arnaud for his help in this difficult situation. As you heard, the IAC is coming to Prague for the first time in 33 years. The last time it was held in this city, Space World was quite different. Czechoslovakia flew its space payloads on Soviet missions. 6 months following that Congress was the flight of Vladimir Remek, you just met him. This country has become the third nation to send a man into space. Congratulations, Vladimir. Today, we see a large and growing number of spacefaring nations. International cooperation is now the norm. 2 years ago, the European Space Agency embraced the Czech Republic as its 18th and most recent member. It is indeed a very active ESA member, being involved into the investigation of our magnetosphere, missions to the Sun and Mercury, and Earth observation satellites such as GOCE, Envisat, Meteosat. It cooperates with GMES and has been vitally important in the Galileo program. 2010 has been a very inspiring year for astronautics and for our members. JAXA's Hayabusa mission returned to Earth after 7 years odyssey in space, bringing home material from an asteroid. ESA's Rosetta mission flew past the asteroid Letitia, returning a wealth of scientific data. NASA's Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer has been observing 99% of the sky, taking 1.5 million images, one every 11 seconds. The European CORO mission has detected numerous new extrasolar planets. Looking back towards our home planet, ESA's GOCE is mapping the Earth's gravity field in high resolution, and DLR's TandemX images the Earth in 3 dimensions. A Japanese H-2A rocket deployed Icarus, the first space yacht, testing the feasibility of sailing in space propelled by the light of the sun. And the successful launch of Falcon 9 opens perspectives for commercial partners in human spaceflight. 2010 is a year also of anniversaries. Our sister organizations, the International Institute of Space Law, is just completing the year of its 50th anniversary. The International Academy of Astronautics is in the middle of its 50 years celebration. I would like to invite the presidents of these 2 organizations, Tanya Massen-Swan and Madame Nair, to join me on the stage to receive your congratulations. Please come up. This is also a very special year for us. The IAF itself has recently entered its 60 years of existence. It was in London, September 4, 1951, when 14 small astronautical associations signed an agreement to form the Federation. I think we can be proud of what we have accomplished in the intervening years. It's no exaggeration to say that we have helped to disseminate space knowledge to many new nations globally. Just to provide a little taster of this, I would like you to sit back, relax, and watch a short movie that we have to put together on the occasion of the 60th anniversary.
International Astronautical Federation, a global network of member organizations and volunteers that spans 5 continents, 61 congresses worldwide, 60 years of unfettered dialogue across country borders and cultural barriers. Looking back, September 4th, 1951, London, UK. The IAF is established with 14 founding societies from 10 different countries. (1964), Warsaw, Poland. The space age has begun. Despite the Cold War's political barriers, a dialogue between East and West continues to flourish at the International Astronautical Congress. 1991, Montreal, Canada. The first annual joint workshop further strengthens the IAF's relationship with the UN. How can space knowledge support developing nations? How can space technology be used to fight natural disasters and climate issues? 1996, Beijing, China. President Jian Zemin declares China's ambitions in space. The IAF provides an unprecedented platform for the burgeoning partnership between the international space community and the new spacefaring nations of China and India. (1999), Amsterdam, the Netherlands. That year, 500 students attend the International Astronautical Congress. This youthful energy encourages us to look again upon our shared planet Earth, the home of future generations. 60 years have passed since the foundation of the International Astronautical Federation at the dawn of the space age. Since then, we've brought people together. Our volunteers donate time and expertise. Our member organizations encourage cooperation, while we explore the cosmos and improve life here on Earth for all of us, for all humanity, together.
Thank you very much. Together, we wish you an informative, enjoyable and exciting Congress in the city of Prague. In the name of IAF, IAA and IISL, we declare the 60th International Astronautical Congress open. Thank you very much.